turmeric cultivation. This turmeric is an important crop of the India. And as this important crop, the majority of the farmers are going to cultivate this crop in India. This will be gives the better remunerative prices to the farmers. Hence it is called as the golden spice. This turmeric is the golden spice because it is majorly cultivated in the India. If you see the total production of this turmeric, India is the dominating in the area and production. Here about 71% of the turmeric is cultivated in the India, and among the cultivation, 80% will be the consumed in the India only. Only 20% is the export is there. But in the world, if you see, there are the another competitors, that is the Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Myanmar, and the other countries, which are also cultivating this turmeric. So the cultivation of the turmeric from the scientific point of view is important to get the better returns to the farmers. So to get the better returns to the farmers, they have to concentrate on the different points. If you see, the turmeric is cultivated in the India right from the southern Kanyakumari to the north Jammu or part of the Jammu. Even the some northeast part is also the dominating the cultivation of this turmeric, and even it is also cultivated in the western India also. So throughout the country, this turmeric can be cultivated. So the top exports is, if you see, the more than 30% of the India's total turmeric will be exported to the Iran, and those of the countries, those are having the different values as shown here. Among the exports, Andhra Pradesh, presently the Telangana, that Telangana will be the having more contribution in the production and export of the turmeric. So if we see the key points in the turmeric cultivation, there are the five main key points in the turmeric cultivation. That is, first is the selection of the soil. Second is the seed treatment and planting on the raised beds. Fertilizer management, pest and disease management, and processing. We'll see these points one by one, and if you cultivate scientifically by considering these 5 points, definitely you will get the 40 quintals dry yield per acre. So for that, first is the selection of the soil. The selection of the soil, that is the well-drained soil, is the important one for this rhizomatic crop, as its roots goes deep into the soil, but these are the only supporting roots, and the feeding root zone is at the 1 feet, that is the 30 centimeter from the ground level. So at least 30 centimeter soil should be there for the cultivation of this turmeric. Well-drained soil is the prime and most important character of the soil, and the pH of the soil should be in between 6.5 to 7.5. Neutral pH is the better for the absorption and the uptake of the nutrients from the soil. You can cultivate this turmeric in the heavy soils, medium soils, or medium black soils, and even in the some light soils also, provided that the condition all the sites should be well drained. It is better to make the soil analysis before the cultivation of this turmeric. If the soil analysis will be done properly, it will be gives the better returns to the farmers, and even it will be helpful for the fertilizer management. On the soil analysis, we can get the information regarding the what are the condition of the soil, what is the soil status, what is the soil health, and what will be the nutrients we have to add it, whether micronutrients or the major nutrients. So for that you have to divide your field, and from the field, whether it is the light type, whether it is the heavy soil, then you have to mark the 6 places in the zigzag manner. The 6 marked places should be in such a way that it will be the representative of your whole field. Then on these 6 spots, you have to dig with the bamboo stick instead of using these iron sickles, because some part of the iron may be, while digging the pit, it will be the rub with the soil and it will be gives the false analysis of the ferrous. So for that we are, the feeding root zone is the from the 1 feet, that is the 30 centimeter. So we have to remove the soil from the feeding zone. For that you can use the bamboo sticks and prepare the V-shape pit. And from the V-shape pit, you have to remove the 1 to 1 kg of the soil from the 6 spots, and all the soil should be mixed well, and it will be dried under the sun. Then after drying for the 24 hours, it will be the field a representative sample of the half kg, and it will be sent to the recognized laboratories in your region. So after giving the samples, they can give us the report in which it will be the denotes the soil health card, or the soil health card will be the issued by the laboratory. It will be the shows us what is the nutrient status of your soil. So on the basis of the nutrients, if there will be the clay percentage will be the more, then definitely it will be the effects on the drainage capacity of the soil. So for that you can go for the cultivating the green manuring crops like tag or dencha, so that it will be the help to improve the porosity of the soil. Secondly, you have to use the organic manure at least 10 tons per acre, so that it will be the helps to improve the porosity of the soils as well as to improve the soil structure. If the farmyard manure is not available, you can go for the another organic compost, that is city compost or vermicompost. Even neem cake you can use at the rate of 800 kg per acre. Then the deep plowing is the important practice in the soil preparation. 2 deep plowing at the interval of the 15 days will be the important, so that it will be the makes the soil porous and the fine. As the soil will be porous and the fine, it will be the better to penetrate the rhizomes into the soils and develop the size of the rhizome. So hence crisscross plowing at the interval of 15 days will be the important. The first plowing is generally done in the month of the March, and second plowing will be done in the month of the April, so that it will be the helps to expose the whatever the pupas of the insects or the what are the spores of the fungus, especially those are the harmful fungus, Fusarium, Pythium, Rhizoctonia. Those are responsible for the rhizome rot disease in the turmeric. So upon crisscross plowing, the soil will be ready for the plantation, and on the basis of the water application or the irrigation, the planting methods will be adopted, and for that you can prepare the raised beds or the irrigation pools. If the advanced or the drip irrigation or the micro sprinkler irrigation facility is available, you can go for the raised bed technology. And if the flood irrigation will be available, then you can go for the irrigation pools. Before that, we have to see that what will be the climatic conditions that will be favored for the growth of this turmeric. Here is the age of the turmeric at the x-axis, and at the y-axis you can get the height of the turmeric. On an average, the duration of the crop of the turmeric is 9 months, but of course there are some varieties which are early type that can mature within the 6 to 7 months. But if we see the general condition of this turmeric, it should be it divided into the 4 stages. First stage is the germination stage. The germination stage will be starts from the 0 days to the 45 days. That means it will be takes time to germinate, and for the germination temperature required is the 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, and hence we recommend to plant this turmeric in the month of the May so that it can get the temperature of the 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. In some places where the temperature goes beyond 40 degrees Celsius in the month of the May, they can plant the turmeric in the month of the June, but care should be taken that it should be planted before the onset of the monsoon. Then second stage is the vegetative stage. In this vegetative stage, the maximum height of the turmeric will be achieved. Again, it will be what are the number of the sprouts or the tillers that will be obtained in this stage. At least 3 to 5 tillers should be there so that it can be used the marketable yield. Our target is to get the 1 kg turmeric, especially the commercial turmeric, that is the fingers, from one per plant, so that we can get 200 quintals of the fresh turmeric, and upon drying it will be used the 40 quintals. For this stage, generally 25 to 35 degrees Celsius temperature is required. Then third stage, the rhizome initiation stage. It will be starts from the 5th month to the 7th month. And the temperature required for this is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. And up to the 7 months, it is necessary to keep your plant healthy. There should not be the insect damage or the disease attack on the leaves. Because up to this stage, it will be the helps to synthesize the food material, and after synthesization of the food material, that food material will be diverted in the last stage, that is to fourth stage, from the 7 months to 9 months to the rhizomes. And the rhizome is the storage structure or the storage organ of the plant, and it will be stores the food material, and it will be help to get the yield. So for the better yield, it is necessary to go through these all steps, and we can manage, or we can see whether our crop is growing at this direction, so proper direction, so that it can use the commercial yield of 40 quintal per acre as per our target. For example, if the turmeric age is the 2 months, its height should be at the 2 feet. If it is less, definitely there will be the mismanagement of the nitrogen. If it is more, there will be the more nitrogen. Hence, you have to reduce the nitrogenous fertilizers. If there will be the multiples or the tillers will be the less, you can apply the phosphatic fertilizers so that it can be helped to increase the number of the tillers. If the plant will be susceptible for the pest and diseases, definitely there will be the deficiency of the potash, or even if the margins of the leaves will be burned, it will be the deficiency of the potash. So you have to apply the potassic fertilizer. So this chart or this graph will be definitely helpful for this fertilizer management as well as the pest management. Then we will see the different improved varieties. Those are available for the cultivation of the turmeric in India. There are different varieties will be developed by the state agriculture universities as well as the Indian Institute of Spices Research, Calicut, both at the state as well as the national level. We will see some of these and particular character of that varieties. First is the Phule Swarupa variety. This variety will be released by Mahatma Phule Agriculture University, Rahuri, Maharashtra. And this is mainly recommended for the processing, as this rhizome size of this variety is the less, but the curcumin percentage is more than 5%. However, in the market, the rate will be decided on the size of the fingers as well as on the diameter of the fingers. If the size of the fingers will be more than 5 to 7 centimeter, absolute diturmeric, and the diameter, if it is more than 1.5 centimeter, it will be comes into the A grade and it will be fetches the more price. So this will be not useful for the commercial marketing, but this variety will be useful for the preparation of the powder, turmeric powder, as it gives the orange, deep orange yellow color to the powder. Then second variety is the Salem. It is the ruling variety of the turmeric. In the different parts of the southern country, it is mainly cultivated and it is mainly marketed at the different names in the different locality. This Salem is having the near about 3.5 to 4% curcumin. Again, it will be varies according to the genotype into the environment reaction. This curcumin character is governed by 75% governed by the genetic properties and the 25% by the management properties. So for the market purpose, to sell the turmeric in the market, you can use this Salem variety. The third variety is the Krishna. This variety is also released by Mahatma Phule Agriculture University in 1984. But the problem of this variety is it is the having the less curcumin percentage. It is only 2.5 to 2.8%. You can see the turmeric is looking somewhat whitish in color. When we cut the rhizomes or the fingers, we can see the core content is the very faint in color or whitish in color, which is having the less curcumin character as compared to the other varieties. So nowadays this variety is becoming less popular. Then the Rajapuri, there are some local names of the different varieties. This Rajapuri will be cultivated in the Maharashtra, but the yield is less. Hence nowadays these varieties are less popular. Tekrupeta, this is the variety of the Andhra Pradesh and the Telangana, where it is locally cultivated. Alepi, it is the local variety of the Kerala. So on the basis of the area where this variety is cultivated, the names are given. However, some improved varieties released by the Indian Institute of Spice Research Calicut with the high curcumin content are the Suvarna, which is having the 4.3% curcumin, Sudarshana having the 5.3% curcumin, Saguna having the 7.3% curcumin, Prabha having the 6.5% curcumin, ISR Kedaram having the 5.5% curcumin, ISR Alepi Supreme having the 6% curcumin. Besides that, the early type varieties, which will be matures within the 6.5 months, is the ISR Pragati and having the more curcumin percent, near about 5% curcumin, and the demand in the international market having the varieties of the turmeric more than the 5% curcumin is increasing day by day. So, and even where there is the shortage of the water, that is, turmeric is mainly cultivated in the month of the May, June, and it will be harvested in the February, March. But this variety, when planted in the May, June, it can be harvested in the month of the November, December, as it is short duration variety. And where there will be the less irrigation or the shortage of the water within that area, this variety can be cultivated. Another variety, that is Roma, will be released by the Orissa Agriculture University. BSR2, that is the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, which is the most popular variety in the southern India. Mega, that variety will be released by the northeast region. Then Kasturi. So according to the purpose, for which purpose you are cultivating the turmeric, you have to select the varieties. After the selection of the varieties, you have to go for the selection of the seeds. There are the different types of the seeds. Mother rhizomes are there, side rhizomes are there, and the fingers are there. You can use as per the convenience, but we recommend that you can use the mother rhizomes for the commercial cultivation as it will give the highest yield. The care should be taken that the mother rhizomes having the size more than the 50 grams, the side rhizomes having the size more than the 40 grams, and the fingers having the size more than the 30 grams, you can use for this cultivation. Per acre, it will be requires mother rhizomes near about 11 to 12 quintals per acre, side rhizomes near about 10 quintals, and the fingers near about 8 quintals. Care should be taken that there should be at least 23,000 rhizomes should be planted per acre, so that we can get the at least 20,000 plants. And from the single plant, if you consider 1 kg of the fresh turmeric, you can get the 200 quintals of the fresh turmeric, which can be processed to into 40 quintals. Besides these seeds, here is the black color seed. It is called as the sora or the kocha in the local language. It is nothing but the past season seed which can be planted during the last season, which develops the new plant, and after development it will be the at the base it will be develops the mother rhizome. Almost 50% this type of the rhizomes will be the damaged or it will be destroyed with the field itself, but 50% will be the remains as it is, and it is high in the curcumin percentage, and hence it can get the double price in the market. So we can recover this type of the rhizomes. Nowadays, the turmeric can be cultivated by preparation of the plantlets also. So before preparation of the plantlets or before going to for the seed planting, you have to go for the seed treatment, and the seed treatment should be in such a way that you can use any systemic insecticide and the systemic fungicide. We have recommended that the quinalphos, that is 20 ml, or the carbendazim 20 gram in 10 liters of the water, and it should be dipped at least 30 minutes so that whatever the seed carrying pathogens that will be destroyed. Here is the scales of the leaves, and within the scales of the leaves, the most of the spores of the fungi or the pupas of the insects will be the hybrid. So to destroy these, we have to dip these seeds at least 30 minutes into these fungicides. Even you can use the dimethoate or the dithenium 45 at the rate of the 25 gram per 10 liters of the water. Besides this, you can use the biofertilizers also. When we get the soil status or soil health card, on that if there will be the nutrient will be the more, even that will not available to the crop. So to make the availability of these nutrients, you can use the azospirillum as the nitrogen fixing bacteria, PSP for the phosphorus, that is phosphate solubilizing bacteria, and even the mycorrhiza, that is VAM, is the verbascular or vascular mycorrhiza. So all these 10 gram each you can use per liter of water, and you can dip the seeds into that. Care should be taken that if you have to do both the treatment, that is the chemical treatment as well as the biofertilizer treatment, first you do the chemical treatment. It can be done before 2 to 3 days of the planting, and biofertilizer treatment should be done, must be done at the time of the planting. So 10 to 15 minutes you dip this into the biofertilizer solution and immediately go for the planting. As for the preparation of the plantlets, you can use this rapid multiplication technique or the bud rhizome technique or the single bud rhizome. It will definitely help to reduce the seed, quantity of the seed. Traditional method, the quantity of the seed requires around 10 quintals per acre, but here we can plant or prepare the seedlings, that is 20,000 seedlings, from the 1.5 to 2 quintals of the seeds. There are different advantages and the disadvantages of using this single budded rhizome. First advantage is that it will be requires the less seed. Second advantage that if your field is not prepared, you can prepare the seedlings within a short area or less area, and it can be transplanted after the 1 month. But major drawback is that even though it will be the reduces the seed cost, but the seedling preparation cost will be the more. Even it cannot give the last seed rhizome, that is the sora or the kocha, and that will be the reduces the seed cost. Again, if we compare the yield of the mother rhizomes and the yield from the seedlings, the yield of the mother rhizomes will be definitely more than these seedlings. And hence it may not be the economical for the commercial cultivation. But when there will be the shortage of the water, introduction of the new variety, this single bud rhizome technique may be tried. There are two methods of the planting, mainly on the basis of the irrigation facilities. That first is the ridges and furrows, and the second is the raised beds. Ridges and furrows are mainly utilized for the cultivation of this turmeric through the flood irrigation. For this 75 to 90 centimeter distance, the furrows are prepared, and the rhizomes after seed treatment will be planted at slightly by dividing these ridges by 1/3 portion. That is 1/3 portion remain upward and 2/3 portion below the. And at the sides of these ridges, the rhizomes are planted. The rhizomes are planted in such a way that there should be 2 to 3 inches of the soil above the rhizomes. Here is disadvantage that at every irrigation we are supplying the water through the flood, and when we giving the water, whatever the new rhizomes or the fingers that will be the sprouting at the furrow side, it will be gets opened and it will be becomes greenish in color when exposed to the sunlight. And once it becomes the greens, the growth of that fingers will be the stopped. And hence it is recommended that here is the less yield by this ridges and furrows method. Even though there will be the seed will be the more, again the plant population will be more. In the ridges and furrows, the plant population is more than the 25,000, while in the raised bed method, there will be plant population is the only 20,000. So where there is the modern irrigation facilities are not available, you can go for this ridges and the furrows, and where there is the modern irrigation facilities are available, you can go for the raised beds. The raised beds are prepared in such a way that the furrow to furrow distance should be 4 to 5 feet, depending upon these facilities or the laterals spacing. The height of the ridges or the beds should be 30 to 45 centimeter, depending upon the precipitation. If the precipitation, that is the rainfall, is the more, you can go for the 45 centimeter height raised beds. If it is less, then 30 centimeter raised beds will be sufficient. Again, for the soil type, if the black and the ill-drained soil, then you can go the more height, that is near about the 45 centimeter. Then the top width will be the 60 centimeter, and this top width will be divided into the two, that is the two lines of the turmeric may be there. Lateral will be the in between these two lines, or the between the raised beds. So if it is 2 feet, that is the 60 centimeter, it will be divided into 30 centimeter, 30 centimeter. So from the lateral you can plant this rhizome at the 15 centimeter, and from here lateral to 15 centimeter. So line to line distance is 30 centimeter. Again from the overall growth, it will be requires again 15 centimeter. So total distance is the 60 centimeter. So one plant can be planted as the 1 square feet area. Plant to plant distance, it depends upon the furrow to furrow distance. If the furrow to furrow distance is the 120 centimeter, the plant to plant distance is the 30 centimeter. If it is 150 centimeter, you can reduce this plant to plant distance up to the 22.5 centimeter, so that the plant population of the 20,000 can be maintained in this raised bed system. The major labor required for this turmeric crop is for the planting, then earthing up, and the harvesting. So these tractor operated planters are now developed by these different private institutes. It is the simple technology. Here is the seed holder. Within that, the seed will be kept. The two laymen or the two laborers will be the sit here, and only the seed will be kept into the rotating wheel. So in the rotating wheel, these rhizomes will be kept, and this will be the machine that will be prepare the raised beds, as well as it will be helps to plant the rhizomes. So it will be the covers these whole beds, as well as it will be the mix the fertilizers and prepares the beds. So it will be the helps to save the planting cost. The cost of this unit or the planter is near about 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees, and within 1 day it can plant near about the 4 acres of the land. On an average, the 4,000 rupees per acre will be the charge for the labor, but with the help of the tractor, it can consume the diesel near about 10 liters. At the present price of the diesel, we can see near about 600 to 700 rupees for the diesel, and the two labors costing near about 400 rupees. So within the 1,500 rupees, we can plant this turmeric per acre. So definitely it will be saves the money. The turmeric planted on the raised beds, if you see, this will be the turmeric. It will use the better multiples as well as the tillers. The tillers should be the in between 3 to 7. It should not be the more. If it will be more, there will be the mother rhizomes or the side rhizomes will be the more, and the fingers will be the less. And the fingers is the commercial rhizomes in the turmeric. So this is the growth of the turmeric fingers. Then if you go for the sprinkler, you can prepare the ridges at the 6 feet, and the top is the 4 feet. So on the 4 feet, you can divide this plant as the 1 feet in between the rows, and the 50 centimeter at the sides of the row. That is the total is the 4 lines on the raised beds. Height will be the same, that is the 30 to 45 centimeter. In the sprinkler system, we should be take care that the water should not be salty. If the water will be salty, it will be the create the whitish salts will be the accumulates on the leaves, and it will be the affects on the growth of the plant due to the hampering the photosynthetic activity. So we will compare the 3 methods of the irrigation, that is the flood irrigation that with the help of ridges and furrows, and the raised bed technology, drip irrigation, and the sprinkler irrigation. The maximum capacity of giving the yield is through the drip irrigation, followed by sprinkler, and followed by ridges and the furrows. If we use the fertigation or the fertilizers through the drip, it will be the helps to the better distribution of the nutrients in the feeding zone of this turmeric. The feeding zone of the turmeric is the 30 centimeter from the surface. If the water will be given by the surface irrigation, there will be more leaching losses, and if the some farmers pour these fertilizers below the dripper, this goes into the formation of the localized clusters or crystals, and that again uniform growth is not found. But if with the fertigation through the drip we will given, it will be the uniform distributed nutrient within the root zone of the crop, and it will be the better for getting the highest yield. So this fertigation schedule should be followed at weekly interval after the planting from the 15 days, because till date there should not be any roots. So there are the different crop growth stages, that is planting to establishment, active vegetative stage, rhizome initiation stage, and rhizome maturation stage. This planting to establishment stage is the 2 weeks, and you can apply the nutrient, that is the 15 kg N, 15 kg P, and the 7.5 kg of the potash. Then in the second stage, that is the active vegetative stage, it is the stage of the 10 weeks, and you can apply the total nutrients per hectare, that is 75 kg of the nitrogen, 22.5 kg of the phosphorus, and 7.5 kg of the potash. Third stage is the rhizome initiation stage. It is for the 12 weeks, and you can apply these nutrients at the rate of the 37.5 kg per hectare, nitrogen, same is the phosphorus, and the potash is the 22.5 kg. At the last stage, rhizome maturation stage, it is the 6-week stage, and it will be requires the more potash, so that it will be gives the weight to the rhizomes as well as shining to the rhizomes. You have to reduce the nitrogen to the 22.5 kg per hectare, phosphorus 15 kg per hectare, and nitrogen is the 30 kg per hectare. So total required dose is the 150 kg nitrogen, 75 kg phosphorus, and 75 kg potash per hectare. In addition to that, you have to give 25 tons of the organic manure or the FYM per hectare. So this is the fertigation schedule. If you follow it properly, definitely it will gives more than the 30 quintals dry yield per acre. The next is the earthing up. If we planted through on the raised beds, it will be help to make the earthing up through the raised beds, or with the help of the mini power tillers having the capacity of 8 to 10 HP, so that it will also reduces the labor cost. We can cultivate some intercrops also, like the marigold, chili, radish, or even some types of the French beans and soybean can be cultivated. As some intercrops are cultivated in this turmeric, care should be taken that all the intercrops should be harvested before the 4 months of the planting, because after the 4 months the rhizome initiation will be starts, so that it cannot hamper on the growth of the turmeric. As per the turmeric is different intercrops are grown in the turmeric, like turmeric is also grown in the as in the different crops as the intercrops, because it is shade living. Even the fruit orchards, the turmeric can be grown. Even in the sugar cane also this turmeric can be grown, as it is the shade living crop. It will be the helps to getting the better remuneration to the farmers. So this is about the cultivation practices that will be followed into the turmeric. If we follow these proper practices in the turmeric cultivation, definitely it will be helps to getting the better returns to the farmers. In the next lecture, we will study the different pest and disease management. Till the planting, if you have any queries, you can contact me on my mobile. My mobile number is 9822449789. It is also on the WhatsApp number, is the same. So if you have any queries regarding this cultivation of the turmeric, You can ask me at any time. At any time, you are welcome. Thank you.